Let's talk about this espresso machine, the Marzocco Linea Classic, one of the common and also amazing espresso machine that you can use in your coffee shop, but also you can use it at home to make a perfect shot of espresso and steam milk and create that amazing latte art. If you have your coffee in a cafe, chances are you've seen baristas using this espresso machine to prepare your amazing coffee drink. And if you're a barista, in your career as a barista, you've ever used this Marzocco Linea Classic because it's one of the old espresso machines that you can find in many coffee shops. Its first model was produced in 1993. Since then, it has been spreading in different coffee shops across the world, and people love to use it because it's very easy to operate. In my career as a barista, I've used this espresso machine in 3 coffee shops. Even in my current coffee shop, it's the same espresso machine that we use. It makes perfect shots of espresso, and you can steam milk and create an amazing latte art using the Marzocco Linea Classic. It's also a semi-automatic espresso machine, so you can operate it manually or you can program it. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my personal experience as a barista using this espresso machine in 3 coffee shops. I'm going to start by explaining to you the basic parts on the Marzocco Linea Classic. Starting with the first one is a power switch, which is just located here. It's used for turning on and off our espresso machine. The next part is a cup warmer button. This is for turning on our cup warming area so that we can warm up our cups. We have the extraction buttons, then we have the pot filter and the group head. We have the steam knob and the steam one, which we use in the process while we are steaming our milk and create that amazing latte art. We have the drip tray, and also we have the pressure gauge. We have the hot water tap. This is for opening and closing our hot water taps that we're going to use while we are making some drinks. Then we have the control buttons. These are the buttons that we are going to use to program our espresso machine. This is one of the most frequent asked questions to me as a barista, is how I program my Marzocco Linea Classic so that I can be able to handle busy shifts in my cafe. So I'm going to be taking you through step by step on how you can program your Marzocco Linea Classic, and also sharing with you some of the basic tips that I've discovered in the time that I've been using this espresso machine. I'm going to start with the most important key thing that you're going to need to work on before you start programming your buttons, and this is coffee grinder calibration. You need to calibrate your coffee grinder so that you can have the perfect grind size and also have the perfect grams so that you can have the perfect extraction. If you're not good in coffee grinder calibration, you can check out on my video. I'll link it in the description below. It's a full detailed video on how you can calibrate your coffee grinder so that you can achieve your perfect extraction. After trying your espressos and you have achieved your sweet spot of your espresso, this is one of the tips most of the baristas do on the opening shift every morning. You'll need to calibrate your coffee grinder and try it as an espresso. Then you're going to try it as a black coffee and also as a milk-based coffee. If you find these 3 coffee drinks being perfect, then you can move into programming your coffee buttons. Programming your extraction button is very important because it's going to help you achieve the consistency in our yield out for our espresso. This is going to help us make the consistent coffee drinks to our customers. We're going to press the enter button or the menu button so that it blinks a green light. You hold it for 5 seconds. When it blinks like this, then we're going to program our buttons considering what we want to be our yield out. Other thing that I've discovered for the time I've been using this espresso machine in different coffee shops, the coffee industry is growing and many recipes are coming up for making the different coffee drinks. This is why most of the coffee shops that you will go to, you will find the programming of these buttons is quite different, because the original manufacturer, this was to be a double shot of a ristretto, and this is a double shot of espresso, and this is a purge, because each of these coffee drinks requires a different yield out for the espresso. You're going to need your coffee drinks, some of them to be light and some of them to be strong. This is why it's very important for you to program these coffee buttons considering the standard and the taste of your coffee drinks that you serve in your coffee shop. So we're going to start by grinding our coffee beans. So after grinding our coffee beans, then after tamping, we're going to first purge our group head so that we can keep it clean. Then we insert in our pot filter, get our cup ready for extraction, start our weighing scale so that we can weigh our yield out. The most important thing about programming our buttons for our espresso machine is because we want to achieve the perfect yield out of our espressos and our coffee drinks. So we're going to press the enter button or the menu button until a green light blinks. Then we're going to program our first button, which is the first one. So we're going to extract our espresso until we achieve our perfect yield out for the espresso. After achieving your perfect yield out for espresso, you're going to stop the extraction 3 grams before your final yield out, because there is already water in the pot filter which is still flowing. In case you're programming your button at 20 grams of yield out, you're going to need to stop your extraction at 17 so that your final yield out will be 20. At 17, we'll stop our extraction. So this is already saved. So our first button, we've programmed it as our yield out of 20. You can do the same for the remaining buttons so that you can have the perfect yield out every time you're making those perfect drinks. So after having our perfect extraction of our espresso, then we're going to steam our milk and create an amazing latte art. And if you're not good in milk steaming, I also have a full detailed video on how you can steam milk and create that amazing latte art. So we're going to need to first purge our steaming one. If you're morning barista, you're going to need to purge your steaming one for a much longer time than the usual time so that you can remove the stuck water in your steaming one and have that clean steaming one, which is going to help you create that perfect milk texture for making latte art. You need to purge it once and you're ready to go. You're ready to steam your milk. So as you can see, it gives that silky texture which is perfect for making latte art. So this espresso machine can easily give you the best result out of your coffee. It's budget friendly, it's very easy to operate, it's a semi-automatic coffee machine. You can program it or use it manually. And if you're looking to become a barista, this video here would be very important. It gives you the basic knowledge that you need to make your first cup of coffee. Thank you so much.